Hello, Math 7 students, and welcome to our fourth video. Open your comp books up to the table of contents page, and we are going to write down the title of our lesson for today. The lesson for today is Proportional and Non-Proportional Relationships Using Tables, and you find that in my comp book on page 15. I'm going to turn to that now. Again, the name of our title for this lesson is Proportional and Non-Proportional Relationships Using Tables. The goal for today is, today we are going to make sure that we know how to make tables that are proportional. The question that I want you to be thinking about is, what must your table show to prove the scenario is proportional? Now, to go back a little bit and let's talk about what makes a table proportional. We learned that in lesson 3. And we talked about there having to be a constant. And as long as there's a constant through each piece or each input value on the ratio table, then you know that your table represents a proportional relationship because the constant is there. So basically, this question is, what must your table show to prove the scenario is proportional? And hopefully you'll be able to answer that by the time we're done. We're going to start today's lesson off with a task, and the task that I want you to be thinking about is one about Bella. Okay, so we're going to do the first read where we're reading for information. Bella types at a constant rate of 42 words per minute. Create a table to show the relationship. Okay, so basically we're talking about how fast Bella can type. Okay, let's read it again, and this time we're looking for quantities. Bella types at a constant rate of 42 words per minute. Create a table to show the relationship. So I would say some quantities are 42 words, and then per minute would be 1 minute. So she can type 42 words in 1 minute. Basically, that's the only quantities that I see. And then reading it one more time, Bella types at a constant rate of 42 words per minute. Create a ratio table to show the relationship. So the relationship that we're working with today is figuring out, given the number of minutes, how many words can she type? So that's our job, is to figure that out. All right, so a ratio table, again, is a tall table with an input value and an output value, the X and the Y. In this specific task, it is the number of minutes and then the number of words that she types. Something I want you to be thinking about to check and see if this table is proportional is if it has a constant. And remember, we think of the constant as the m in the equation. So let's figure it out. It says up here 42 words per 1 minute. So in 1 minute, she can type 42. Well, if that's the case, then how many can she type in 2 minutes? So basically, what you're trying to figure out is, how did we get from one spot to the other? So if we look at this, and we have our table, and we're going to do minutes, number of words, and you have 1, and you have 42, and then you do 2, 3, 4, and so on. How did I get from 1 to 42? Well, I multiplied it by 42, right? So what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So in 2 minutes, how many would I be able to get done? That is correct, 84. And if we had 3 minutes, another way you could list it is, this is just 42 one time. And then I had 42 and 42 because this is 1 minute right here. This is the second minute. So this one we have 3 minutes, so we could do 42, 42, and 42, which gives us 2, 4, 6, and then 4, 8, 12. So we have 126, right? Okay, and then how about 42 times 4? So you would have 42 plus 42 plus 42 plus 42. Is everybody with me? So we would get 168. Okay, and then what was the other one? Oh, we go 5, 6, and then 60 it jumps. Okay, so again 42, again 42, again 42. So 5 times 42, I'm actually going to do that instead of writing it 5 times because it's faster. So So 5 times 42 is 210. And then, does anybody see a pattern that all I would have to do? Could I take 42 and just add it to this one? And if I did, then that would be 252. And now, here's the problem, however. This jumps from 6 down to 60. So now we can do it in another way. How did we get from 6 to 60? What did we do? We did times 10. So what could we do to this? What you do to one side, you have to do to the other to get the answer here. That is correct. You take 252 and you multiply it by 10, and you get I got 2,520. 2,520. Okay? So we know that Bella can type in 1 hour 2,520 words. That's pretty good. Okay? All right. So going back over here to our book, we just did all of these, and hopefully you were working with me and figuring it out. How many words can Bella type in 10 minutes? Well, how would we figure it out? Have you figured out what the constant is yet? What did we multiply everything by all the way down the table? That is correct, 42. So the constant is 42. So if we're trying to figure out how many words she would have in 10 minutes, you take 10 times 42. And again, you would get, how much, everybody? 420. That's what I got. Okay, and we already did 60 minutes. So it looks like you guys are doing okay. All right, I'm going to go back up really quickly, though. Could you tell me if this table right here is proportional or non-proportional? That is correct. It is proportional. Why is it proportional? Because it has a constant of 42. Okay? Hopefully everybody's feeling pretty comfortable with this. All right, let's turn to the next page, please. And on the next page, we have proportional and non-proportional relationships using tables. We're still using that as our title. But this time, you have to try it by yourself. And this is the one that I'm going to be checking in the morning. So now it's your turn, okay? The task. Mark recently moved to a new state. During the first month, he visited 5 state parks. Each month after that, he visited 2 more. Wait a minute. During the first month, he visited 5 state parks. Each month after that, he visited 2 more. Notice he didn't keep visiting 5 every month. He did 5 the first month, and then he only visited 2 the successive months after that. Make a table to see if the number of parks visited is proportional to the number of months. Okay, how many months do we have in a year? That's right, we have 12. So we can actually extend this a little bit more. And this would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so now we're supposed to figure out if it's proportional. So in the first month, how many did he read? 5. So I have first month, he visited 5. In each month after that, so every month after that, he only visited 2 more. So in the second month, he visited 2 more than the last, so that's how we got 7. Your job is to figure out how many were in each month, how many he visited in each month, and then you also need to decide, is it proportional? So see if the number of parks visited is proportional to the number of months. One last reminder, what makes a table proportional? That is correct. Does it have a constant? So your job is to go through here and see if there is a constant that will give you the answers to this table. Okay? So very, very short notes today. Just trying to get you really, really comfortable with using the constant and ratio tables and determining whether the table is proportional or not based on the fact that it has a constant or it doesn't have a constant. So let's revisit your question one more time. What must your table show to prove the scenario is proportional? I'm going to be looking for the answer to that question when I check your notes tomorrow. Okay? All right, kiddos, that's it for today. Have a great day. Bye.